just before we wind up the formal proceedings, just tell us why we should vote for you. Not why we shouldn't vote for anybody else, but why we should vote for you. I'm going to go in reverse order. Peter, are you prepared to start?
Yes,
why we should vote for you?
I won't make any reference to anyone else.
Thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would say you should vote for me because my party, I think, whether you voted for it in the past or whether you haven't, you do know what we think about things, and there's no dissembling, and we're utterly honest. We have set the agenda in politics, even though we had no MPs and then just one for a while. We've set it pretty fairly and squarely for the past 10 years, whether it's on immigration, whether it's on Europe, or indeed whether it's on grammar schools now, which has now suddenly become a Tory policy. We will carry on actually doing that. We will carry on setting on the agenda. We have an enormous part to play in the future, not just on Brexit, but because I feel that what's happening and what we saw in Manchester is going to become, unfortunately, more and more part of our lives. We actually have to confront that. We have never shied away from confronting the main issues. I would do that on your behalf in Parliament, and it would be a great privilege for me to do that. So thank you very much.
So, I'm Byron Taylor. I live locally, I live in the constituency, I've got a reputation as a campaigner, and if you vote Labour, what I want to see is our healthcare protected, I want to see our schools protected, I want to see a better deal for young people, I want to see a better deal for our pensioners. And we can do this if we vote Labour, because Labour believes that the country can be equal, better and fairer. And we've got a costed plan on how we're going to do it. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm asking you to support me because I want to stand with Theresa May as we enter the most important period in our history. It is incumbent upon us all now to get on with the prospects of negotiating on Brexit, and I want to represent your interest in those negotiations. But locally, I also want to represent your interests, as I have done for the last 7 years, when it comes to those difficult issues such as school funding, such as changes to our health provision, such as how do we raise the taxes to pay for this, how do we create the society here at Basildon and Thurrock that we all want to live in, and how do we tackle the challenges of things like social care. What I promise you is that I will continue, as I have done for the last 7 years, is not only listen to you, but hear you when you speak and stand with you when we face up to some of these challenges. We won't always necessarily agree, but you will always have my ear. And as part of that, I suggest if there are questions that you don't have answers to tonight, is that you email me or email the other candidates to get those answers. I will stand with you through thick and thin, and in this very challenging period that we are entering into. Please support me so that I can support Theresa May and we can get the best possible deal for this great country of ours.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am from this constituency. I love this constituency dearly, and I want to look after it in the times to come. I want to make sure it's properly funded. I want to make sure that everyone here, everyone outside, young people, old people, everyone in the constituency is looked after when you need someone to look after you. Of all the parties on the table, the Green Party is the only party with the record and the courage to actually go after the funding that is needed to run these projects, to properly fund our schools, to properly fund our NHS, to properly fund public services, to reopen youth centres, to be there for you when you need it. I love this constituency. I want to go out there and to get that funding to make sure that you are properly looked after.
Well, thank you very much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I think you should be voting for me is because, well, not just for me, but also for the Liberal Democrat Party, because we're the ones with the awareness. Now, the issue is not just on Brexit, but really the type of Brexit that we want. Do we want to be still part of the single market, or do we want to be part of the customs union? These are the issues. These are the issues that the other parties don't have the awareness as to how it's going to affect our young people. Now, young people also in education. Now, education is the heart of our agenda, and it's something that's very personal to me. In educating young people creates opportunities for young people, and it lessens the divisions within our society. So this is the awareness that I'm providing, the economic competence that we have been providing when we were in government that has been lacking by other parties. And really, my campaigning approach to when we're talking about the infrastructure project, particularly when it's coming about for the Lower Thames crossing. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you, Peter, for holding the sound together and making this all audible. Rita for providing some tea and coffee. Alison and Phil for car parking you and making sure you didn't crash into anybody else. And facing music and speaking and talking about what they're going to do. That's really and finally, Church together in Basildon for allowing me to invite you here and to chair this meeting this evening.